Alright guys, so today we're talking about the No Man's Sky update. And so, I was going to talk about this yesterday. My videos typically come out, but for some reason, my game decided that about a kilobyte a second, not a megabyte, a kilobyte a second was a good download speed. So this took like 12 hours to install like a 12 gigabyte game. So I didn't get to play as much of it as I wanted to, because it took literally all day to install, but here we are. So, interestingly, I've talked about No Man's Sky a lot, right? I don't think I've done like a full review of it or anything like that, but I always talk about the updates when they come out. That being said, I feel like I'm constantly doing videos on No Man's Sky, right? I'm like, I feel like I'm just repeating myself constantly, doing an update video, an update video, an update video. But I've actually missed multiple update videos. And, you know, like I said, the last one I posted was not that long ago. They've posted like 4 updates in the past couple months. It's ridiculous how quickly, you know, they're going through these. Like I talked about the one where they put settlements on the planets. I know I did a video on that because I played the game a lot during that time. Just a couple months before that, they'd done a big update. A couple months after that, they did the Sentinel update. And now they're doing this update. So they're like slamming through. I know they've definitely done, I think, 4 since October. And that's really what I wanted to talk about. Not so much the content of the update, because by now you know what that is and you've seen that if you're interested in this at all. And I just think it's crazy how something like this, something that was so hated when it came out, could change so much and just have so much more than it launched with, right? Because we're at, what is it, the 6-year mark now or something like that with this game? And probably around when it came to Xbox, right? The 2.5-year mark, I want to say, is when it was when this game started to, you know, pick back up and become what they initially promised, right? And then ever since then, it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I mean, the ship design in this update's really cool, and they have listing all of the new changes in the top left corner there, and I could go on forever reading every single one of those, like forged passports, and they have all of the pirates, and they greatly improved combat, which, you know, really needed to be done. And it's just great that this game's still doing really well, and that there's still people playing it, and they're still supporting it like years and years later, and most importantly, that it's all free. Right? If you look at, and you know, these are both just going to happen to be EA games, but if you look at Anthem and you look at Battlefront 2, and then you look at this, right? That's kind of, in my opinion, the sliding scale for fixing your game that you fucked up on, right? So at the bottom of the scale, there's Anthem. They released it, they lied, the game was nothing like they said, and they just gave up, right? That's Anthem. Then there's Battlefront 2, where they released it, lied, you know, there's microtransactions all over the place, the progression was broken, blah, blah, blah. They added new content, they fixed it over 2 or 3 years, and it became a pretty good game, right? And then there's this on the far end of the scale, where it's the same scenario, they lied, blah, 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 but they surpassed that point of the initial promise of the game, right? And what I find interesting when talking about all that and thinking about that is Anthem, you know, I've talked about Anthem so much on this damn channel, but Anthem would not have taken the time this took to fix, right? Anthem literally just needed a rework in the mission design, and, you know, the combat and the gameplay was there, but I have like 10 videos on that. We're not talking about Anthem today. So if you haven't played No Man's Sky, or if you haven't played it in a long time, go check it out. It's great. I know it's very annoying to restart, and this is something, as someone who's restarted the game probably over 10 times, pretty much with every update I restart, this is something that we have to caution people about. Because you come back to the game, you restart it, you want to see what all the new updates are about, and you, for the most part, don't really get to those new updates for a long time into the game because they're trying to walk you through it. But you don't want to pick up where you left off because you're just going to be lost, and trust me, this happens to me every single time I come back to the game. I have multiple, like, 25-hour loads, and, you know, I've had to delete multiple 25-hour loads, so, like I said, I have a couple 100 hours on this game, and I've never made it past the tutorial because I restart every single time I play. So, you know, if you want to see what's new and, you know, check out all the cool new content, you might want to jump into your already existing load that has hours on it, and then go ahead, and if you want to fully experience it and you think it's cool and all of that, then go ahead and restart, knowing that you're working towards that. But that's just my little No Man's Sky video. I'm playing some DayZ right now, working on DayZ story, but if you know anything about DayZ, you gotta put a lot of hours just to get the tiniest bit of, content in there. So I've been working on that. I've been playing some Days Gone. Once I finish that, I'll make a review. Who knows when that's gonna be though. There's a couple Game Pass games coming out next month that I want to talk about. I won't go too much into detail with that now, but when they come out, we'll talk about them. That's all I have for you guys today. So let me know if you're playing the No Man's Sky update, if you're a new player, if you're an old player, if you've been playing this whole time, what you think of the new update, and I'll see you guys on the next one.